Namaste, YouTube. This is a very impromptu video. I have no idea how much I'm gonna share or even if I really feel comfortable posting this, but it's just really like on my heart right now, and I feel like if that's the case, you should say it right now because I'm always trying to process and reprocess my thoughts and reflect and just give myself the time and the space to see how I really think about something objectively, not how I feel. Oh, sorry, I was eating cereal. Not how I feel about something, but literally just how I think about it. Like if I wasn't myself, and all of these type of factors. So, and I've always been that person since like a child. So it's interesting, but I just feel like at times we feel pressured to pretend that we feel loved by people that we know don't really love us or really don't like us. Like people who just kind of you're around and they enjoy your presence or they feel obligated, like you feel obligated to each other. So more so in the sense you're family, but sometimes people trauma bond and they have these same sort of experiences where they just suddenly feel obligated to a person or maybe even a childhood friend, right? But the point of this is, I feel like for my whole life, I have been trying to force myself to feel loved by my family, whereas a lot of them, we do not have healthy relationships with each other. They don't really know me. They don't really like me, love me. They haven't appreciated me. Even me coming to Ghana, right, has caused certain family members to reach out to, like, family members added me on Facebook, stuff like this, that weren't even responding to my messages when I was in the same country as them. Things like this. And it's like, I don't have time. You snooze, you lose. I don't owe anybody my presence in your life. I don't have to be in your life. I don't care that I was your, like, what does that really mean? Outside of social context, meaning if you're not socially fitting into this role, I don't have to give that to you. You don't have to take it. Okay? So pretty much what I'm saying is affirm healthy boundaries. Stop feeling like you gotta let these people be in your life in certain types of ways just because of certain type of things. Like I'm even feeling that now that I'm wanting to return to my country, right? There's people I haven't spoken to in years. Didn't even know I left the country till I was already gone. Right? Who I'm like, okay, am I gonna get on good terms? Am I going to reopen myself up to these relationships now that I'm returning to the country? Things are so different in my life. Things are so different in that country, right? Do I really feel comfortable reestablishing myself away from everything that I had grown with, right, of my whole life living in that country? So, I do. I do feel comfortable stepping away. I do feel comfortable affirming boundaries. I do feel comfortable letting people know what's up. Right? Like, stay wherever you've been at. That's it, that's all. Stay wherever you've been at. Because my dad called me and he was talking to me about how I haven't spoken to my grandparents, seen my grandparents years, right? So my dad's telling me how they were talking about how I was the only grandchild who you didn't really have to force to come visit or to call you randomly or whatever. I would just do that on my own. But the thing that people are forgetting is it's no matter what, right? As in, it wasn't always comfortable. It wasn't always pleasant to come visit. Why don't I visit anymore, right? Why don't I call anymore? There's direct reasons. And if you was present there too, then why act like it gotta be spoken on? That's something I don't like. People act like you have to tell them what they did to you. You was there when you did it. Like, you don't hold yourself accountable for your actions. You not thinking about what you do, what you say to people, how you move. Those are not the type of people I want to be around at the end of the day, right? And so, man, one of my friends told me recently, like, there's the family that you create as well, right? The people that you meet in life. And we get so afraid of that idea because we don't know how people have grown up, what they do, right? Because we all experiencing so much trauma at the end of the day, especially now. Well, not even especially now, right? Always been a world full of kind of karma And what was I even finna say? I guess the traumatic trends playing out, right, over and over again. That's been life. The rise and fall of everything. So, whew, at the end of the day, what are the takeaways from this, right? After you decide that you feel empowered enough to stand for yourself and to be like, you know what, I don't feel loved just because you are such and such person, and I don't have to like tolerate and forgive you just because you are such and such person. What do you do? So, pretty much like, I think you have to know your dosage of people, right? Like, or know what you can and can't. Like, what things do you enjoy together, and do you enjoy anything together? Really, like, because I don't know. Like, is it easier for you to handle being around them? You know what? Like, but that's the thing. It's all up to a singular person, because I'm sitting here trying to think of like things that generally will help any person who feels like they on that same type of time, be able to feel like they can still have some sort of relationship with certain family members or friends or whatever. But maybe you need none. Maybe you don't want any. And that's okay too. I definitely been on that type of time with friends. People know, everybody know. I will cut you off. Please, I will get the step in. Like, and not even say anything. Because it's nothing to be said. Like, why do people think that they can just treat people a certain type of way and that person just gonna be there? Excuse me, what? Am I not living my life for me? I am not a co-star on your TV show. Yes, it is your show, right? Your life is your own show, right? But you don't really have no co-stars like that. You really don't. Unless you're talking about your children, maybe your spouse. Even a spouse might be a guest star, okay? Like, as in, I'm going to be here for maybe a couple seasons. And I think, like, sometimes it just gets to a point when people are uncomfortable with you really knowing that. I've experienced that too. And I've tried to prove to people I'm so kind, and not people really. I mean, I'm more so me and my family. Like, I've really like tried to prove to them how much I wanted family, how we were worthy of each other, how we were worthy of love. Like, even my cousins, like cousins my age, stuff like this. Like, you know, I really tried to do something. Sometimes there's nothing to be done. Right? Sometimes you just gotta let things be what they are. So really, like, I don't have that anymore. Whatever it was that had me, moving a lot of relationships forward, especially on an emotional level, I don't have it. I don't have that patience anymore. And it's not even about having patience. It's about knowing, what are we doing this for? You don't really value my presence in your life, and what is my absence doing? Even whatever it's doing, like good or bad, really is not my responsibility. It's not my concern. But it's like, if my presence isn't valuable to you, let something else fill up my absence. Like, we all have a certain amount of room in our life, and you cannot fill it with things that are just not cohesive. With things that just aren't revitalizing you even. Because it's so much in life, so much about experiencing, right? Our body interprets experiences as stress. Stimulation is stressful. And so you always have to be trying to go for, more, I guess, more output than input, right? You want to be releasing more stress than you're accumulating on a daily basis. Yeah, so this is 10 minutes long now, and I feel like I'm just ranting. Maybe you got the picture, you got the point, so thank you. Namaste.